On the Limits coverage of the Japan GT Championship is brought to you by Nissan. There's a feeling heading into the final round of the Japan GT Championship that this is truly going to be a bit of a showdown. The tension's been building during the 2003 season between traditional arch rivals Toyota and Nissan. Not too surprising when this is how the season got started. And since it continued like this, with a bit of this thrown in during the last round. And there was seeming retaliation in this form. But now the focus is sharpened. All attention on the three remaining driver lineups still in with a chance of the 2003 title. In fact, you can virtually make that two, with Supra drivers Eric Comas and Takeshi Tsuchiya really holding only the slightest hint of a title chance. They'll have to be one of the three fastest in qualifying and in the race, and win the race outright to have any hope. So effectively, this title fight has come down to one Nissan team and one Toyota team. And there's a feeling that team tactics may well play a part in this race.
In round one, there was a little bit of touching and banging, but you know, it's continued throughout the year and it's been a close fight. So again, I think we've all been enjoying it, and we're going to be in for a very interesting race today.
Series leaders and defending champions Akira Ida and Joichi Wakasaka have won 2 races and collecting their 79 points. While Nissan's Satoshi Motoyama and Michael Krum haven't won a single race, but have been consistently up front to be just 6 points off the lead.
We won here last year, so we know how to do it. I think we can do it again, and we just have to lay back and feel relaxed about it.
We have nothing to relax about this weekend. We go really flat out and we do everything we can and try to make no mistakes, stay focused, don't get too much messed up in the head with the championship situation.
The JGTC's handicap weight system is still a potential factor here, the #1 Toyota toting 90 kgs, while the Motoyama Krum Nissan has 20 kilos less than that. In GT300, 6 driver pairings still have some chance of the title, 4 of them real prospects. The Taisan Porsche of Shinichi Yamaji and Katsuyuki Nishizawa hold a 9-point lead, but are seriously lacking in confidence.
I think we could expect too much out of the qualifying, so I think tomorrow we have to start the race from the back, and then it's going to be a fierce battle for us.
Second in the points are reckless Team Toyota MRS drivers Satoru Goto and Kuta Sasaki. And just 10 points off the lead of 350Z drivers Mitsuhiro Kinoshita and Masataka Yanagida. And Celica lead driver Keita Sawa. But it's the Nissan Z car that prevails in qualifying. 4 places and almost a full second fastest than its nearest title rivals.
Today is big chance because we are pole position. Must finish and must win.
Sawa is the fastest of the other title hopefuls, 5th in his Sigma Tech Celica. In GT500, Jeremy Dufour makes the most of just 20 kilos on his Supra and takes pole. But Motoyama easily outruns title rivals Wakasaka and Tsuchiya. He puts the #23 Nissan 3rd, with 2 cars between his Skyline and the Esso Supra for the start. The really good news for Motoyama and Krum is that one of those 2 cars is that of teammate Lyons, a man who'll be doing the Toyota drivers no favours.
Yeah, very importantly, the guy competing for the championship, we got ahead of him in that session. So now it's gonna be a great title fight. So it is in the last race.
The title dream ends in a bit of a qualifying nightmare for Tsuchiya. He's only 13th. There's a big crowd in at the sprawling Suzuka Formula One track here for this wrap-up to the JGTC year. There's quite a bit of tension in the air And in Keiichi Tsuchiya's neck by the look of it. But surprisingly, even as the race start nears, Wakasaka and Ida look very laid back. Time now then to check out the front of the GT500 and GT300 grids. Jeremy Dufour won pole in the Advan Supra with a lap 0.4 of a second quicker than Yuji Tashikawa could manage. Motoyama was third and Ryo Mishigami kept Honda hopes alive with fourth. Lyons put the number 22 Nissan fifth, 1/10 faster than Wakasaka. The Calsonic Skyline was next, ahead of last year's race winner here, the Mobil 1 Honda. In GT300, Kinoshita took pole in the Z car, 1/3 of a second faster than Takayuki Aoki in the first Celica. The brutal Chrysler Viper was third, and Tatsuya Tanaka was fourth quickest in the Ferrari. Fifth was Keitasawa's MRS, ahead of Morio Nita in the Garaya. Ichigo Suga qualified the Mosler seventh, and Koji Matsuda was eighth in the Dentair MRS. So Jeremy Dufour leads him to the race start here on the downhill front straight at Suzuka. Dufour on the left in the black and red Advan Supra. Tashikawa ducking and diving, grabbing the second spot. But look at the game being played behind these guys. Masami Kageyama holding back the rest of the field. So this is a team tactic right from the start of the race. Watch as they come now. Masami Kageyama and Benoit Treloya past the number 1 Esso car as well. So Akira Ida being held back from getting up with his title rival. Oh, and that's Koji Matsuda and the Dentair MRS straight off on turn 1. On board with Benoit Treloya in the Calsonic Skyline, tucked in behind Masami Kageyama. Oh, in fact, going down the inside, I think Kageyama pulled over for him. And there's the Nissan roadblock for Akira Ida to try to negotiate, and they're definitely not keen to let him by. Up front in GT300, this is Mitsuhiro Kinoshita in the 350Z. And third on the grid, Eiji Yamada, now up to second in the Viper. Still frustration going on for Akira Ida there, tucked up behind Masami Kageyama. Oh, big passing move coming here from Motoyama down the inside of Tashikawa into the chicane, and he's gone through. Looking back behind the Nissan and the Viper for the order in GT300, it's Takayuki Aoki in the Celica third, and then Matsuda's Ferrari. Oh, replay here of another one going past Tashikawa. This is Sebastian Philippe putting the move on him. So Tashikawa's back to fourth. No, he's fifth, because now Treloya's gone by as well. So two Nissans now in the top four. Tashikawa definitely struggling in these early stages of the race. Someone else who's having trouble is Akira Ida in the number 1 Esso car, because he's still being held back by Masami Kageyama, back in 7th place. And an understandably gloomy look there from Joichi Wakasaka looking on. There's our race leader, there's 2nd place Motoyama. Now 3rd place Sebastian Philippe and Benoit Treloya right behind him in the Calsonic Skyline. Then it's Yuji Tashikawa in the AU Tsurumo Supra. Oh, and Eiji Yamada's turned it around in the S's. And the field just approaching now. There's the race leader right in the midst of it. Oh, and he's got caught out. Jeremy Dufour swerved to miss him. Found a Porsche in his way, and he's turned it around. He's in the gravel. The boss watches on, but there it is, the race leader stuck in the gravel and has lost the lead to this man. Satoshi Motoyama leads the race. Well, that does his championship chances a lot of good, that's for sure. Second now, Sebastian Philippe, and getting worked over severely by Benoit Treloya on the Nissan right behind him as they negotiate a bit of lap traffic. So now Nissans lead both classes. Kinoshita still out front in the GT300 car, and of his title rival Sasaki's way back. He's out of the top 10. And so too, in fact, is the Sawa Kurosawa Celica. Frustration continues for Ida. Cannot find a way past Kageyama's Nissan, so it's stuck back there in 7th. Oh, in fact, he nearly loses it right there. Don't know what happened there, but he was almost off the track. And now the number 8 car of Keiichi Tsuchiya has gone past him as well. So he's back to 8th place. This is proving very, very costly for their title chances. Back on board with Benoit Treloya again, working over Sebastian Philippe's Honda, trying to find a way by as they negotiate the S's. Oh, and now Ida's under attack again. This is Hiroki Kato's Honda coming down the inside of him. He's getting through. No, he's not. Oh, Ida's fighting back, that's for sure. They just about touch as they exit the corner, and Ida will claim the place back, but he is under intense pressure. And look at the cars lined up behind him as well as the number 22 car pulls into the pit. So let's see what Ida does. He's in as well. So these two still locked together. Treloyer on attack again. Looks like Philippe, in fact, he's got delayed behind one of the lap cars, and Treloyer's got past him. Well, no, he's gone off the track as well, so now he's going to lose it again. Yes, Philippe goes ahead. Back in the pit lane, it's the Nissan that comes out first, so still it's going to be a tough time through the second half of the race for Wakasaka. Motoyama still leads the race then, just ahead of the still scrapping Treloyer and Philippe. Things going very, very well for the number 23 car, that's for sure. Oh, but not for this man. This is another title contender in trouble. Shinichi Yamaji has been running fifth, and oh, in fact, he's caught up by the leaders. Motoyama's delayed, and Philippe's gone down the outside of him, so Philippe has got the lead away in that little melee as they came upon that slow Porsche. There goes Philippe taking the lead of the race. Left behind Treloyer, who is attacking him. In fact, the Skyline, the other Skyline's in the pit lane. There he is. Motoyama pulls in to hand over to Michael Krum. It's still pit stop time here at Suzuka. Benoit Treloyer in from second to hand over to Yuji Ide. Ide now firing it up and getting into the race in the number 12 Kelsonic Skyline. And the recent race leader, Sebastian Philippe, now pulls in as well to give that Takata NSX to Ryo Mishigami. And after their pit stops, the two Nissans have teamed up. Krum now running with a protective Richard Lyons right behind him. And we've got two new leaders, the 19 Celica and GT300 and the Kelsonic Skyline, well ahead now of the number 18 Takata Dome Honda. Ryo Mishigami now at the wheel of that one. Oh, this is a bit of a sad sight for the Gariah. It was third, now it's out. Continuing woes for the Esso car. It's been fifth, but now Wakasaka loses two more places. The 350Z's second now after the pit stops and looking very good for the title. In GT500, Yuji Ide still leading the race. Team boss Katsuyoshi Hishino looking a bit worried though. And this is why, because Mishigami is starting to close the gap down. More trouble here for the Esso car. Eric Comas all over the back of that number 1 Esso Supra. Going through the S's. Oh, he's going around the outside of him. That's a brave move, that's for sure. And he's made it stick. What a great move. So Wakasaka's now back to 8th in the title, slipping away from the Esso team. While it looks firmly in the grasp of this man, Michael Krum, in the number 23 Xanavi Nissan. Oh, and it looks like Ide really is in some sort of trouble because he's been run right down by Mishigami. Right behind him now in the Takata Dome Honda. He gets good drive out of the corner, pulls alongside. Wow, there's a right-hand corner there. He can't hang on there. They almost touch. On board with Mishigami now as they come down to the spoon curve. And what a late-breaking move by Ide to hang on to that lead. Only just, though. This is a great fight between these two. Things are pretty crowded here at the chicane. Satoru Goto leading a big bunch that includes the two Skylines. They've just got to be very careful in these situations. On board with Mishigami again, he's right up on Ide. In fact, Ide's been badly slowed by that Nissan Silvia that they're lapping. And this has put him under attack, very much so. As they come down to the chicane, he's right behind him. Ide gets very loose, and he spears straight across the chicane. So now he's going to have to let Mishigami go back ahead. On board with Mishigami, he does take the lead again. What a great way to finish this race. A big battle between these two. Ide gathering himself, trying down one side, now trying to pull wide. Wait for it. Oh, he's edged a little wider. So I think Mishigami's going to hold it as they go into turn one. And he goes out wide. Mishigami gets wide and he's hit. So I think there was contact between them and he goes spearing off, bang into the barriers. It's not a big hit, but the rear wing is deranged. And can he get restarted? Well, he does straight away. Nails it. Mishigami gets back on the track. Here's the replay from Ide's perspective. The Honda gets out wide. Oh, I think there was a touch in it. There was not much, but that's all it took. And there's the end result. The Honda smacked up, but luckily still holding second place, because here is Krum and Lyon still tucked up behind him. So that's third and fourth place. And that means it's not going to be this man's day, that's for sure. Wakasaka's still way back about 8th place, but Satoshi Moriyama and his engineer Richard Davila laughing and very happy as they head towards victory. Same thing, the Nissan in the lead of GT300, Masataki Yanagita not far away, but now Yuji Ide is going to complete Nissan's day in its farewell to the Skyline as he comes down to take the checkered flag here at Suzuka for this round 8. Down the front straight, slows down, victory wave out the window as he takes the checkered flag. It's a big day for Nissan. Moriyama knows it. Up on pit wall, very happy man, even as he still waits for his guy to come through. There is second place. I'm sure it's a dejected Ryo Mishigami at the wheel. Yes, bangs the wheel in frustration. And here comes Michael Krum and Richard Lyons. Krum on the left to take the championship. Moriyama gives voice to his feelings, that's for sure. The champion for the first time. What a day for Nissan. Michael Krum clapping and giving the thumbs up to his teammate Richard Lyons. Thanks for your help. And lots of celebrations still up on pit wall with Moriyama and co. Here comes Tanaka to take the GT300 victory in the WED Sport Celica. And waiting just for the next Nissan to take the championship win. This is the GT300 title going to Masataki Yanagita and this man, Mitsuhiro Kinoshita. Kinoshita looks well pleased with himself. That's his first title and the first for this man, Yanagita. There he is, Mitsuhiro Kinoshita, 38 years of age, teamed up with the young gun, Masataki Yanagita. Richard Lyons adding a bit of smoke and noise to the moment. And celebrations as Krum gets out of the car. Big hugs from Moriyama, who looks absolutely delighted. His backup win to his Formula Nippon Championship this year as well. The Nissan fans naturally go wild. Richard Lyons gives the winners, the champs, a hug as Ryo Mishigami tells how it was in the dying stages of that race. And there's the man involved in that, Yuji Ide, the race winner here today with Benoit Treloya.
Absolutely the perfect race and the perfect car today, I have to say. I mean, that's what we needed really to win it. Thanks to the Skyline, even though it's the last race today for the Skyline, it was fantastic. Yeah, it's a big moment. I've been working with Nissan for 4 years and now finally I won the title and that's really, really great.
Yeah, I'm very, very happy because first champion, first time GT champion.
GT はね苦労も多かったんで。
It's so special because you have to have all the power put together team, the drivers and sponsors and everybody, so it really means a lot to me. It makes me the happiest.
It's a great day for Nissan. It's really good. They won everything this weekend, so it's really perfect. Perfect.
Of the Jakarta Honda's spin, he reckons.
When the guy closes the door, it's difficult to don't touch him because he's opened the door and after you go, you think it's okay and suddenly he turns, so he touched. But he didn't touch so much, maybe.
I think if we would have finished second normally, we would have been happy to finish the year like this. But the way we finish, it's really bad because I think we deserve the win and what Ide-san did today is really bad. Honestly, you don't have to do things like this.
I'm not really sure if I really touched him or anything. We went into the first corner side by side into the second corner, and I think he half spun or something. I don't know, and then I think he just ran off. Yes, it's totally unbelievable. Not just the 500, 300, but also in Super Taiki race, I was able to win a championship. So like all around, I think we dominated.
Ide and Treloya then celebrating their second win of the season. The faces and the body language says it all. These are the guys they beat. And celebrating third place and much more, Moriyama and Krum. So it's a controversial 13-second win to Treloya and Ide over Mishigami and Philippe, with Moriyama and Krum an all-important third. ahead of Lions and Kageyama, with the Ray Briggan Autobacks Hondas also beating home Ida and Wakasaka. Minoru Tanaka and Takayuki Aoki celebrate their GT300 win today. They ended up 22 seconds ahead of the Kinoshita Yanagita Nissan Z car, with the Sawa Kurosawa Celica a lap down ahead of the Daishin Sylvia. So Motoyama and Krom end the racing career of the Skyline GT-R in the best possible way with the 2003 Drivers' title. Today, with the help of their teammates, they turned a 6-point deficit to Ida and Wakasaka into a 3-point championship victory. It gives Krom his second title and Motoyama his first. Lions and Kageyama end up third behind Ida and Wakasaka. And in GT300, of course, Kinoshita and Yanagita are the new champions. They end up with a 5-point win over Celica driver Sawa and Porsche pair Yamaji and Nishizawa. Celica drivers Aoki and Tanaka are fourth, and Sasaki and Goto are fifth. Kakamoto-san also accepts the GT500 team's title for Nismo. Then leads the drivers in a thanks to the fans. And gets thrown around for his trouble. On the Limits, coverage of the Autobacks Japan GT Championship was brought to you by Nissan.